welcome to MJ's Fair. I'm MJ, and this is a place where we talk all about growth. We are all about growth in your finances, in your relationship, and yes, we talk about faith and lifestyle. For today, we're looking at broke guys. Yeah, let's talk about broke guys and relationships. Should broke guys date? What's your take on it? Should they actually date? Should broke guys be out there searching for their soulmates, for their partners? I'm sure you have something on your mind, right? So my definition of being broke is simply not being able to afford your basic needs. Like, you're not able to stand on your own. You're not able to provide for yourself. You're not able to provide your basic needs. You're not able to pay your bills by yourself. Sure. Alright, so today, as you should have seen, we're looking at broke guys. So, should broke guys date? Personally, for me, I feel like it's a recipe for disaster already. And now, that notwithstanding, okay, some guys actually do date while they're broke and it's successful. Like, they actually pull through this relationship, they go hunting for their soulmates, they find them, pull through, and when they finally are successful, they get married and everything is a success, right? Those things still do happen, but personally, like on a general, if you ask me to give a percentage, I'm going to say just about 30 or 35% of things happen that way. But for the rest of the 70%, I'll say it's a waiting disaster. Why? Because the first reason is, at this state of your life, guys, you're likely to make the wrong choice. Why? Because you'll be driven by the wrong things. Yes, you do identify that, okay, you're looking for love or you're looking for your Mrs. Right. Okay, but you're likely to go for a lady for the wrong reasons. Why? Because there are two things involved. Either you want to shoot your shot at the girl who's a little stable than you, or you go for the girl who's below your standards. Yes, because the first thing is, while you are not stable, most girls will shy away from dating you because they feel like they're not going to get some degree or level of comfort from you. You understand, right? So, like, for example, if a girl who's working and earning already, you who's not working, probably that if you approach that kind of girl, she's gonna feel like you will be a burden to her. So you, the guy, will feel kind of inferior approaching this girl, because out of 100, like 95% are going to say no because they know that you'll be a burden to them, right? So the tendency is you tend to go for a lower standard, lower than what you want, what you initially wanted in a lady. You go for a girl who's maybe immature, or you go for a girl who has lower standards, a girl who's probably not educated, or a girl who, yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, you lower your standards because your standards for a girl that you want, you're not there yet. You cannot meet that kind of standards, so you tend to drop your standards to fit where you are now. So, which is not a problem, but the question, what you should ask yourself is, the question is, tomorrow when you make it, will you be able to stick to this same girl? That is, am I doing this now because she's available, like she's at my reach now when I'm at this level, or because I actually do feel something genuinely for her, like I'm actually going to stick around if I am successful tomorrow, when I make it tomorrow, not if, when I am successful tomorrow, when I make it tomorrow, am I going to want her around? Will I still be impressed? Will I still look at her and feel like I deserve her, like she deserves me? If you're able to answer this question, then okay, you can go on ahead. But if you're not sure, then please stop, because that is why today we hear cases of a guy who was broke. He had this girlfriend, the girl stuck by him, and today he's made it and he's gone. He no longer wants to have anything to do with that girl. It happens every day because the people, the kind of girls they admire, the kind of ladies they admire, they could not afford them. So they unconsciously went for what they could afford at that time, and now that they're successful, they don't want anything to do with whom even was there with them through the struggle. So let's be careful, and if you want to pull through, like I said, ask yourself this question, and when you're certain you got a genuine answer, then you can proceed on. Okay, now, second reason. Dating is an obligation, like it requires commitment. It requires some level of commitment. Of course, we all know, you should know by now if you've been following this channel, that we only go for purposeful dating. Like, you only date when you're sure, or when you feel like you want to establish something real with this person. You want to go further with this person. You want to have something serious and genuine with this person, not just hit and run, okay? So, if that is the purpose why you get into that relationship, it requires certain level of commitment. It requires you consciously making out time for this person and for things that concern this person. Now, for a guy who's broke, for a guy who's yet to be successful, I would say dating is some kind of distraction for you at this moment. Why? Because the time you should have invested in doing research, the time you should have invested in growing yourself, the time you should have invested in studying opportunities and how to grow yourself financially, you actually take out that time to go wife hunting. So I feel like it's a distraction. First of all, have you understood your purpose on earth? And purpose has to do with soul searching. Soul searching has to do with finding your place in God. So have you had enough time to communicate with God and find out your purpose on earth? Have you had enough time to study and find out what's the next big thing that can help you become a success in life? Because trust me, as much as you can find a good woman even when you're broke, maintaining that relationship to be good all through that period is hard work. It's hard work, hard work. And that's why I say, to an extent, I find it as a distraction, because the time you should have been investing, especially, now, let me put this out there. It's different when you were dating this person, probably from high school, when you were not, probably when you were not completely independent, like you were still schooling. It's different when you're dating this person while you're in school, and then, okay, you graduated, now you're facing life and hustling and everything. That's different. I'm not saying go and break up with the girl, okay, because she too would understand that it's a facing life. But I'm referring to that case where you're at this point in life now, broke, and you cannot afford to take care of yourself, first of all, and then you go searching for your partner. That's the case I'm talking about. Every woman, trust me, every woman loves a successful man. Like, every woman would love to have a successful man, okay? There's this saying that money stops rubbish. It's true to an extent, because when you have money, people don't disrespect you anyhow, and people see a lot of things in you, okay? So that's the time you should have used in studying to better yourself, to take yourself out of this position, of being broke. Why then will you channel the energy you have into searching for another person you want to bring into your life? Because, mind you, finding this girl is not all about, oh, the butterflies in your belly. It's not about how you feel at that point in time, because when you get a girlfriend, whether you like it or not, to an extent, you're supposed to take care of her. So how do you take care of her if you're not able to take care of yourself? So it's like adding another financial burden to yourself when you've not even been able to take care of the burden you already have initially. And then going back to purpose, right? Like, if you're yet to identify your purpose on earth, which I said, of course, you can only identify that by going back to Christ and understanding certain things about yourself. Now, if you've not yet identified your purpose on earth to function fully in it, then you'll easily be derailed. Why? Because a man who does not know where he's going to will not know exactly who he needs to go on that journey with. I don't know if you get exactly what I'm saying. Like, if you've not identified the path you want to tow, you will not even know the kind of woman you need to accompany you on this path. So once you're able to identify your purpose first and you're functioning in it, then you understand and know the kind of woman you need in your life to help you fulfill or continue on this path of purpose, because not everybody has the same purpose. Okay, not everybody does. So if you've not identified your purpose yet and your path, getting a girl at this point of your life will easily derail you because you don't even know where you're going to. So either you abandon the path you're supposed to tow and start towing her line, or what you both feel is best, what will give you quick money and things like that. So this is the period where you should take out, like, you should be single. Yeah, we do have single guys out there. This is the period you should be single and just channel your energy towards something to help yourself. Just you and yourself. Be stingy with your time. It should be all on self-development, self-growth. Increase your financial capacity, increase your streams of income, and then you can go for a girl. Third point, respect. For men, respect is principle. Like, it's one of those, is like the most important thing a man needs from a woman. Okay, now when you're broke and you get a girlfriend, especially when you find a girl who's better placed than you at the moment, okay, like probably she has a job and you don't have a job. You've not had a job for a while, so even your savings, you're out of savings, right? In this case, what I'll tell you about women is, let me give you something about women. Women easily always respect a man they look up to. I'll repeat this again. Women easily always respect a man they look up to. A man they look up to, whether in terms of finances or spiritually. If a woman can look up to you for her spiritual needs, she'll respect you automatically. When she looks up to you for her financial needs, she'll respect you. When she looks up to you for her emotional needs, she'll respect you. So in this case, when you're broke, it's a tough one. That's why I keep saying, when you're broke, it's hard. It's risky getting a girl, because at this point, the girl will feel like she's the one pulling you through. Like she's basically the one dragging you through, seeing you through certain things. She feels like she's the one who has to provide. Probably you go out on a date, she has to pay the bills, or she comes to you, she's always the one. Most often she's the one who buys gifts, and she's the one who has cash to spare and things like that. You hardly buy her new things, you hardly buy her gifts, especially when it's a lazy guy who really, especially when you're lazy and you're not job hunting, you're not putting so much effort to getting better. Like, she's the one who has to even push you to go job hunting. She's the one who has to look for opportunities and push you to go there and see if you can apply. In such cases, the girl loses respect for you, because she feels like she brings more to the table, so you are at risk losing her. I don't know if you get it. Like, she stands to lose almost nothing if you leave, but she feels like she's an asset to you. Like, she brings everything. You're at risk losing her, so you should respect her. That's a tendency. That's what usually happens, especially in cases where the lady is bossing over the guy. Like, the lady is the one who pays the bills. In most cases, that's what happens, except when you encounter a woman who has the fear of God. And trust me, it's hard, even with women who have the fear of God. Like, you have to consciously suppress that feeling in you, because, like I said, naturally women are built to look up to men. So when reverse is the case, where it's like the man is looking up to the woman for finances, it just tends to like, little voices tends to pop up in her head. Like I said, like, she brings more to the table, so she stands to lose nothing. So even with a woman who understands certain things, a woman who knows God, it takes a conscious decision to suppress that within her. So at this point in time, it's risky getting into such a relationship, because you stand to lose your respect. And even eventually, let's say you become successful eventually, in a couple of months or after a year or two, that respect will be hard to come back, because she's going to feel like she made you who you are now. She'll feel like she pulled you through to where you are. Yeah, like she's the reason for your success. I don't know if you get it. And in the long run or in a short run, the guy will feel so disrespected, especially when he has become successful. He'll feel the disrespect even more, because back then he could take a lot because he didn't want to lose certain things, right? So when you start touching money, you feel so disrespected, and then the relationship gets into crisis, and before you know it, you've broken up. So it's really risky because, like I said from the very first point, at this stage in your life, you stand to make so many wrong decisions, so many wrong choices. Even unconsciously, without you knowing that this is a wrong decision you've made, you tend to make those decisions because there's a lot you have to waive because you cannot stand up for yourself. There's a lot you have to waive because you don't have the finances to pull certain strings. You don't have the financial capacity to make decisions and stand by it. So okay, so those are the few reasons and most important reasons why I feel like when you're broke as a guy, remember it's a risky venture to actually date. It's a risky venture to go hunting for a life partner. It's a risky venture to actually go soul searching, to go scouting for your partner, okay? But then again, like I said, this is for guys because when it comes to being broke, like the rope is loose on the ladies because most girls out there are broke. Like I said, the man is the head, okay? The man is the head, but most girls, when they're broke, they tend to pull through. Why? Because at this level in their lives, we just need something, or most girls always just need something to go by, like what can provide their daily needs. And most girls still are dependent on their parents at this age. Like parents don't let girls go easily until when they're getting married, right? So girls can easily maneuver, can easily manage when they're broke, because of course they can always find a good partner who's wealthy, who can just always cover up for their bills and cover up for what they want. Yes, but the guy has to provide. Alright guys, so I hope you've learned a thing or two. When you're broke, please just channel your energy and focus it on developing yourself, on growing yourself, on doing some research and finding or seeking better ways to improve on your finances and things like that. There's a time in your life where you should stay single. And boys, staying single doesn't mean you should go about exercising your your male strength. Okay, no. Staying single, take out time to stay away from a lot of things, abstain from a lot. It's very beneficial to you when you take out time and make it in life. You definitely find out that it was worth the wait. And I'm not saying you should wait till when you've blown, like you've made the millions and everything. No, that's not it. But identify your purpose, identify your path, and while you're on that path, it simply means find out what you want to do, the line of business or the career path you want to do, and engage in it. Once you've engaged in it, you start seeing your profits coming in, you start seeing cash flowing in. So once cash starts flowing in, once you have a stable or steady source of income, then you're good to go. You can start scouting for your life partner. Until that happens, please take out time, stay single, maximize your singlehood. That is actually what women love in men. Women love men who are focused. Women love men they can look up to. Okay? Alright guys, I hope this has been educative and helpful to you. Of course, you can let us know in the comment section if there's anything you'd want to add. If there's any question, just drop it there and we'll reply. And until then, it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.